Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best PlayStation 5 games of 2024. While some of our entries were also released on PC, we're prioritizing console exclusives. As long as they weren't on Xbox or Switch, they were considered for this list.
This whole town was our special place. Could Mary really be here?
Number 10, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself.
It may be a remastered version of a PS4 game, which is why it's at the bottom of the list. But this is still a tremendous release from Naughty Dog. Chronicling the destructive cycle of vengeance, this is the best way to experience The Last of Us Part 2 for those who missed it, or for those who are just gluttons for emotional punishment. It features expected enhancements like stronger visuals and DualSense integration, making each encounter look and feel that much more terrifying. But it also comes with removed story content in the Lost levels, as well as No Return, a roguelike survival mode that'll truly test you against the game's ferocious enemies. Number 9, Rise of the Ronin. Team Ninja has given us a catalog of stellar action games. With Rise of the Ronin, the developer took us to Japan during the end of the Edo period, letting us play an important part in the end of the shogunate. The way it played with history was unique, propped up on the backs of enjoyable characters. More importantly, it showcased the studio's strength in combat, having a fast pace and quite a bit of depth while still being easy for most players to pick up. Where it faltered was with its open world and visuals, which weren't nearly as strong as those in other PS5 games. Still, for fans of games that highlight Japanese swordplay, Rise of the Ronin is worth a look. Number 8, Pacific Drive. One of the more underrated releases on the PS5 this year was Pacific Drive, a survival game with a superbly chilling atmosphere. Set in the Pacific Northwest of America, it confronts you with all kinds of strange anomalies as you attempt to make it through. With the only true safe space being inside your station wagon, you'll have to scavenge for resources and dig through the mystery, all while the threats grow larger. For fans of resource management and survival mechanics, it shouldn't be missed. Customizing your vehicle is surprisingly satisfying, and while there are only a few characters, they help carry the mystery along through some great writing. Number 7, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink.
Lyria!
Beginning as a mobile series in 2014, Grand Blue Fantasy may have just released its strongest entry in Relink. If you're into anime-style action RPGs, you'll be hard-pressed to find anything other than minor flaws here. It may not be the most original game, and you'll find the story a bit hard to grasp if you didn't play the mobile entries. But all of its strengths far outweigh the weaknesses.
Just like that! Bring it! Downwards!
The characters are so charming and distinct that they help the story shine. And playing through it is an absolute blast thanks to a supremely fun combat system. Its brisk pace also moves you from one set piece to the next with little time to grow bored. Number 6, Stellar Blade. Controversies over Eve's characterization and appearance aside, Stellar Blade is an action game operating on pure, unadulterated fun. The combat is the game's most noteworthy feature. As you fight diabolical creatures to reclaim Earth, it's hard not to get sucked in. Building up your skills, learning the timing, striking with ferocity, it becomes addictive. This is especially the case since the PS5 controller feels phenomenal during every encounter. The game has more than a few things in common with Platinum Games' Nier Automata, both from a combat and storytelling perspective. While it isn't quite as deep in either department, there's more than enough here that should please fans.
From here on, you have to stay alert, Eve.
Number 5. Helldivers 2.
Back empty!
Helldivers 2 lost a big chunk of its player base as the year went on, in part thanks to Sony's forcing of PC players to have a PSN account. Regardless, just looking at what's on offer, the game provides hours upon hours of camaraderie between players. With a fantastic satirical tone, you and other democracy defenders fight endlessly to wipe the galaxy of intimidating bugs and ruthless robots.
Fire in the hole!
What made it so enjoyable, other than its humor and mechanics, was its real-time progression. Players would lose or gain ground in their battle, with developer Arrowhead issuing different missions or new bulletins. The structure created an excellent online community that was impossible not to get invested in.
Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Number 4. Black Myth: Wukong. Part God of War, part Souls-like, Black Myth: Wukong is undeniably one of the biggest success stories of 2024. There's a reason it sold mountains of copies immediately at launch. Actually, there are a few. It places players in the role of the Destined One, a monkey warrior who sets out to free the famous figure of Chinese mythology, Sun Wukong. The sole focus on Chinese folklore differentiates it from other action games like it, and there's no denying the visual splendor on display thanks to Unreal Engine 5. In case you hadn't heard, the combat is a tremendous blend of challenging and satisfying, letting it stand tall among its peers. Number 3. Silent Hill 2.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. You promised you'd take me there again someday.
Some fans may have been uneasy leading up to this release. Konami lost the trust of players a long time ago, and Silent Hill 2 is one of the greatest horror games ever made. But as we'd all find out, developer Bloober Team did an incredible job. After receiving a letter from his deceased wife, James Sunderland heads to gaming's most terrifying town. If you thought the creatures in the original game were twisted nightmares, just wait till you get a load of them now. The game is obviously very impressive to look at, but the team made strong improvements to gameplay as well, and implemented the more modern over-the-shoulder camera. It seems strange to say, but we love taking a trip back to Silent Hill.
No, I hope you find them.
Yeah, you too.
Number 2. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Must have sucked. But what about Sephiroth? What happened to him?
He left. Didn't tell a soul where he was going.
With such a strong first entry in its Final Fantasy VII Remake trilogy, Rebirth was definitely one of our most anticipated games this year. And if you have a PS5 and you didn't play this game, trust us when we say you're missing out. It continues the tale of Cloud and the merry band of eco-terrorists as they attempt to bring down the corrupt Shinra organization.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I was different, that I was special.
Everything from its combat to its exploration to its characters has grown grander and better. The open world is beautifully built, enticing you to delve into every corner. The characters found new ways to make us fall in love with them, and every fight is a joyous concoction of mechanics that had us begging for more. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Astrobot. The premise of Astrobot is simple, following the mascot as he rescues his adorable bot pals from across several galaxies. But we don't need a deep story when the gameplay is so much fun we can't put down the controller. Every single level was clearly designed with love for 3D platformers, as even Mario would be jealous of this adventure. Level design matches perfectly with gameplay too, through inventive power-ups and the DualSense, which emits dynamic vibrations and sounds for every single action, big or small. That's not to mention the celebration of PlayStation's history with different themed bots, a few of which even get their own levels. Astrobot is pure joy wrapped in a video game. What do you think is the strongest game of the PS5's 2024 lineup? Share your thoughts in the comments.
I know. Tag along with me, will you? This way!
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.